Get ready, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for kickoffs and kick-ons.
Count me in, Swoop.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
Yes, g'day and welcome to Kickoffs and Kick-Ons. That's right, the KOKO Show. Proudly brought to you by MYER. It's my store and it's awesome. You're probably wondering where the fuck we are. We're in London, aren't we, gents?
We are.
Yep. And there's a fifth person here. I'll get to that in a sec. Who the fuck's that? Yeah, no, I'll get to that in a sec. Well, 2 in a row. Who thought it, huh? Those Wallaby bastards did it again. What they are schmitting it in. They're not just schmitting it in, they're actually taking a great big schmitt on their opponents, which is fantastic. They are now 8th in the world, the Wallabies. Look at us just climbing up that ranking, that world ranking ladder, which means a lot now, doesn't it? When you start.
Where were we at the start?
I think we were 11th when we started the pod.
Love it.
We are on a rocket ship to the moon. Also, South Africa, they handed England another loss, which that's 5 in a row for the English. Ben, we'll get into that with you. Pretty deep and dark. And then also Ireland, they scrapped it out, got a win against Los Pumas. And the All Blacks, well, they were handed a loss by the French. All of that.
Springboks.
No, he said Ireland beat Los Pumas.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I just nodded off. Sorry.
Right.
I'm gonna try and bring some energy.
Okay, come on, sit up. We are day 3 of this tour in the UK. And we've been, what would you say, giving it a nudge, Swoop, would you?
Oh, yeah. Nothing to sneeze at. You know what I mean? It's going all right.
It's going all right. So, look, normally there's a theme, Ben, for the opener, for the intros. And today I'm doing London's famous landmarks.
Oh.
But I was meant to write it on the train, and I sort of fell asleep. You saw?
You did.
So, our London eye is Swoop, because he's round. That was it.
Yeah, right, okay.
Our Buckingham Palace is Gits, because he loves money and he thinks he's raw. And then finally, our Big Ben is Drew, because you can hear him from a mile
I've got
away.
a big clock.
And that was a punchline. And he also has a big clock. All right. Welcome. Hey, also, Ben, what we like to do, Tommy on our show writes intros. They sometimes are insulting. Generally speaking, they're not if he's in the room, but he's not here. So this could be anything, really, and I apologise.
This definitely will be.
Oh, it will be.
I expect it's got to be in it, surely.
Yeah, I think so. Our guest this week on the KOKO Show is a bloke that holds the record as the most capped English men's player of all time, pulling on the pearly white a whopping 127 times. Actually, while we're on the topic of records, this fella has some recent form in the record department, as he spent most of last week setting one straight after the Wallabies put England over their knee and gave them a good old-fashioned British boarding school tune-up. However, all jokes aside, this supposedly 5'10" footy phenom weighs in at a sizable 92 kilograms. And like any good English rugger bugger, he carries most of that in his inflated sense of self-importance and a healthy padding of regal
That's
vanity.
punchy.
Jesus, that is punchy. Sorry, man. But in all seriousness, this guy still plays the game at the highest level with an incredible air of sportsmanship, toughness, boasting a track record of winning premierships at all, claiming 6 nations for fun, and in 2013 clinching a cheeky British and Irish Lions series victory against a pack of unworthy Aussies.
Tommy's
Swoop,
really
you were
punchy.
part of that.
Jeez, where's
And
he
I
going?
actually think
I was
he-
part of that.
Yeah,
Also,
he's right, though. You lost.
Yeah, we're losers.
You did your bit, mate. You scored in game 2.
Yeah, I got us
You
back.
got us back. You got yourselves back for the.
Well, I think it was
finale.
more Brazzy. Christian got the goal.
Fair enough.
If you were any good, you would have brought it around.
Yeah, but you know, Brassy can hit him from anywhere.
He did.
It doesn't matter.
Nah.
Let's get across the paint.
So please put your hands together for this pint-sized, humble pie-eating machine. He is Norfolk's only notable number 9, and he is now becoming a pleasing patron of the podcasting landscape. So, for the love of God and for the love of rugby, please show this special guest some warmth and tenderness that he showed our little island home. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the one and only King of English Rugby, Mr. Ben Knight Rider Young.
Hey,
Thank you.
Good one, Tommy. That wasn't bad, actually.
It was a mix. It was a mix.
Yeah.
yeah, it was
Nice
very
one.
mixed.
Coming hard,
light and
then
shade.
nice. Pump the tyres up. A bit like Eddie, really. Cut bleed plaster, really. Got a bit of a cut, let me bleed out for a little bit, then you plaster me up. So.
Yes, that's what he does. It's a shit sandwich he serves you, basically. Now, obviously, we should probably start the pod. You did say things about the Australian team. You've since apologised.
Yeah.
Could you apologise again, please?
Oh gosh. Yeah. Do you know what? When I made those comments, you'd just taken 60 against Argentina, and you weren't going great. But it turns out, Joe Schmidt, you Schmidt it. Is that what you say? Is that what you're saying?
Schmidt it in, we say.
Yeah. Well, you did it.
Yeah.
He turned it around, and turns out you're a lot better than I thought you were going to be on this tour. And yeah, I've had to cop it, but fair play. I mean, the England game. After 25 minutes, I was honestly sitting there like, see, told you, top lip. Like, there you go, lads. You know, done my Q&A pre-game, done my build up towards it, and I was like, there you go, formality. Very, very wrong. So fair play. Yeah, I didn't. To be fair, I didn't see that level of performance coming to Twickenham, nor did I. I mean, mate, against Wales, then yes, because they are.
They're what?
Oh, don't do it again. Don't.
All right, thanks for coming on, Ben. We'll, very good. We're obviously on tour at the moment. With one
Oh, your voice is shot, mate.
I'm happy not to
Mate,
talk in
what's
this
happened,
one.
Prof?
Well, you know what happened? I sat on the plane next to Gitz and had about 5 glasses of red, and then nodded off, and the aircon got me.
Oh, it's the aircon, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, it was just from the flight. Nothing since then.
Nah, I've been rested up, which is good. And when you're doing live shows every night and you can't fucking talk, it's fantastic. So I will be stepping back a touch on this pod. If that, look at your face, Drew. Why don't you ask a question, mate?
Because my voice isn't much better.
It's been going very well. We did Wales and Cardiff yesterday and the day before. I think they welcomed us. It was a lot of fun, wasn't it, Swoop? We did a show last night.
Yep, well received.
At the Walkabout, which was great for them. And then we are now doing 2 London shows. There are still tickets available for the first London show on Wednesday night. So if you go to Kickoffs, kickoffsandkickons.com, you can get those there. Also, it's thanks to Mixer that we're doing it with. Finally, then we go to Dubai, Ben, and we're doing the 7s there. We're also on Thursday the 28th. There is a Legends dinner on, and we're doing a little meet and greet before the 7s starts at McGettigan's JLT Thursday 28th, all for good cause, with friends, the Tropic 7s. So tickets on McGettigan's website or on our social media for that one. There's a big plug out of the way. That's one done. Fantastic. So you've seen the show. We talk a lot of shit. We talk a bit of rugby in between. Did you want to start by talking Wales, Australia? Or
No, I reckon
England,
we get
South
straight
Africa?
Yeah, I want to get to England,
Yeah.
especially off the back of those comments.
Yeah.
Well, Ben, 29-20, England lost again. 5 in a row for the English.
Yeah.
That you've lost, obviously 3 against New Zealand, which isn't easy, and then South Africa, decent side. And who have I missed that you lost to? All Blacks.
Yeah.
3 times.
Us.
Wallbacks,
Us. Very good. Mate, what's going on? Why are they losing?
Cool. South Africa game, I wasn't surprised. Like, my predictions have been horrendous. But I thought we'd have enough to beat New Zealand first game. I thought on the back of the summer tour and how we did there, games were pretty tight. They're still sort of building towards something. And I thought that we could do that. The Aussie game, we'll bypass that one. And South Africa, look, the thing is England right now, traditionally when you played England, you'd expect bit of forward play, bit of power game, high kicking, to be fair. But at the moment we're sort of a bit of everything, but also nothing at the same time. So Australia, for instance, when we played you guys, we played sort of a bit loose, played quite a few multi-phases, and it was crying out to bring Australia back into that power game, which probably suits us. No Skelton, no Karevi in that fixture. And we weren't able to recognise what was needed. And then the back end of the game against South Africa, which I thought South Africa, to be fair, were a bit like they were against Scotland, really, like kind of just doing enough without doing anything. Like when they needed to turn it up, they did. Straight after half time, came back for a forward pass, which I thought was actually harsh. But they basically gave us an open invite with 10 to go, sort of 4 or 5 cracks in the 22, and we just haven't got that cutting edge at the moment. And I think that England are a better team suited currently the way that we're set up to be more pragmatic coming out of our half, and like then try and like be more phased in 22. But at the moment it's very one out. It's a bit predictable and it's a bit concerning, to be fair. Like 5 on the bounce isn't ideal because it's a tough situation. I'm watching them and I'm thinking, like, what bit are we actually going after? Because there isn't elements of our traditional sort of English game, and we're trying to build on this, but that's not quite sticking either. So, yeah.
I've got some good news though. Sorry, just before you go. you play Japan next.
Yeah. Well, that is... well, Eddie's coming to town, though, isn't he? Do you know what I mean? And there's a bit of, like, he might get something good out of the Japanese, but I don't know, we should win that. If we don't, then oh my gosh.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a bit of chat around Borthwick at the moment. A bit of pressure on him. He's had two years at the helm now. Not sure if maybe changing the coach is the answer, but what do you feel like he's not getting out of the team, or with the direction he's taking them?
I guess what's hard for Steve is he was trying to build towards something where we obviously brought in Felix Jones, who was the attack coach South Africa, double World Cup success there. They actually brought him in. He ended up being the defence coach and sort of bringing in that blitz defence, which now has been inherited by Joe Alab, that doesn't necessarily run that. Like, the blitz is it's a hard. You guys will know more than me, being a scrum half. Like, I don't get in the way of any of that. Like, tell lads to stay in the way, but like, it's a high risk, high reward, the blitz. And if you get it wrong, like, you sort of miss big, and it can lead to tries. So Felix was doing, I felt like we're making ground there, and that was probably a bit of identity that we were getting with that blitz. Now he's now left. Alan Walters, another guy, is like an S&C guru, and there's been chat about Steve. He's saying that he doesn't think that necessarily we're fit enough, so that's had an impact as well. Like, is he the right man for the job? I do believe he is. I do. What's difficult is, like, every time we start towards building something, we lose 2 coaches, and then you've got to start again. And you look at the back of coming off the Rugby Championship for all the Southern Hemisphere teams, that continuity, that cohesion that's already been built over the period. Like, England and Northern Hemisphere teams don't have that opportunity to do that. And you go straight into, like, New Zealand first game, then into Australia, and you're almost trying to play catch-up. By the time you've got cohesion, which will probably be after Japan game, like, you break away back to league, Six Nations starts again. So I think he's the right guy for the job. He's under pressure because, like, England, because we have such a big playing pool, because the league is how it is, there is always just that expectation. And I think it's just the English way. We just expect we expect to be good, mate.
Yeah, of course.
But, it doesn't always work out that way.
I didn't realise that there were so many changes in the coaching staff, because I think that's reflective of the connection in D. In the English over the last 3 games, I feel like the attack's been good. Like, you guys are playing some good football in patches. It's more about this blitz or this line speed. It's too consistent, like, even off the back of opposition front foot ball, you're kind of still getting off the line, and it's like slightly disconnected. I think that's
it's not really even solving. It's just coming up just because you're supposed to just come up.
Yeah.
Whereas in the World Cup, it was really impressive, I thought. Remember you were talking about it, like how good the D was, like that blitz D. Everyone was well connected. But then on the weekend, you're even saying with Freddie Stewart, it was like, they'd rush in but still leave 15 metres of space where it's just an easy crossfield kick. Like it.
The summer series, like the D, that was some of the best football I've seen.
Yeah.
English, like, I couldn't believe that, the contest, right? Just the quality of football. But that defensive line was well connected, really well connected. And there's good decisions, good tackle tech, good completion rate. But it seems like there's something that's happened since, and I don't know whether it's the change in the coaching staff, or there's a new system in place, or it's just a matter of, I don't know, is it a cohesion thing? Is it a combination thing? I know you guys have changed a bit of the lineup over the last couple of games too,
Yeah, it's probably definitely a bit of cohesion, but the thing is, I think Felix just knew that D so well, and you're all in. Do you know what I mean? You have to be all in on it.
Yep.
And then when someone almost inherits that defensive system, like, do they know it to the level that he does? Yeah. Because Steve's had success with that. Like, we pressured the All Blacks in the summer series. Like, do you know what I mean? Low scoring games, and almost sort of pull you into that sort of contest. It was becoming a bit of a DNA for England. Now it isn't such a DNA because Felix has now left. That is actually having an effect. So you take the Australian game, for example, Tom Wright's first try. Like, before we get the offload, Joseph gets the offload away. I think Furbank's like near post, which is like crazy.
Yeah, so much
and then you take on the last 4 minutes, and when I say earlier about we're kind of a little bit unsure what we are, what we're trying to be, you just break down the final 4 minutes of that game. So we've gone to the air a lot, kind of like, we should be going to the air, going Australia, you try and break us down from 80 out.
Yeah.
So we have a driving line out, we then play the play off that line out, given the fact 3 minutes before we've done probably 4 kicks. The doesn't come off, Callaway goes to length, we then win the kickoff, get back down the score, and you're thinking like, great, okay. But then the last play, mate, like, we blitz again, and there's just no need. That's what I mean. Like, we are blitzing regardless of what's going on in front of us. So it's a really fine line. I think we need to be more streetwise, more smarter about it. Like, yes, the blitz can be a weapon, but we don't have to every time, even off set piece, mate. We played the All Blacks first game. If they go out the back, they played Rico Ioane short on both plays. They go out the back to Will Jordan. Honestly, he's in acres. And it's just like, at the moment we're leaving it to the decision maker, the ball player gets. And you guys, everyone's smart enough to, like, you see it once, it's like, I ain't gonna make that again. Like this the call, you get the comms in, boom, you're out the back, and then suddenly you're down the end.
Yeah.
So I just felt like the Aussie game kind of epitomised where we're at for England. We're kicking, then we have a maul, and we decide to run a play off it. Well, we don't need to play any rugby at that stage.
That was really strange, that one.
You score, then we score, then we have the scrum, and then we're still blitzing on that. I mean, fair play, amazing for Mikitao, like little footwork, gets the offload, like, but England, we should be dealing with that. We shouldn't be blitzing. Like, we're literally chaos.
Do you think that's maybe like, you know, looking at from last year's World Cup, you know, like you've lost a lot of experience, you know, yourself, Owen Farrell, Courtney Lloyd, like, you know, big figures and guys that have been in those moments that could maybe identify, look, guys, the blitz isn't working, let's maybe hold off and solve, or, you know, just missing a huge significant amount of experience in, you know, like in the last sort of 6 months.
There is that, because, you know, again, like you even think about the All Blacks game, and, you know, we're up by 8 with sort of 10 minutes to go, and just how that then unfolded. Like against New Zealand, against Australia, I'd have stopped playing all rugby and kicked it. But against New Zealand, it's almost like you can't stop playing. Like, you guys play them way more than I ever did. Like, way more than I ever did. But you can't stop playing against New Zealand, because you leave the door open for them. Like, you are losing, and that's what happened. And New Zealand on that day, we'd actually brought them into a bit of a, almost dragged them down. So I think they made 21 handling errors that day, which is very uncharacteristic of their standards. But we left the door open for them. We stopped playing rugby. We sat on an 8-point lead. Mate, you leave the door open, they take it, and they did. And it's almost like we did that week, and then the following week it's like crying out to not do that, to actually do what we did the week before, and actually, you know, be conservative, kick, let Australia have it 80 from our line, do that. But we did the opposite, and then that came back and bite us. So we're in this bit of a sticky period at the moment.
Yeah, I think that's obviously it comes with experience and game management, knowledge, all that type of stuff. So as you touched upon, I thought that was the weirdest call of the whole game. That was the most pivotal part, when they went to that 5-man and tried to play. Yeah. When only just a minute earlier they were going for a box kick, but we charged it down. So, like, the mindset was to play territory. Yeah. But then you get a line out, which is an easier platform to then maul and box kick, and you play a 5-man line out, try and play with the ball, it bobbles, Kellaway goes away, and we're back in the game. So, yeah, I think obviously it's inexperience, but you learn from that. So it just means that then next time in there, that if they're in that same situation, hopefully they'll learn from it and do something different. Well, not hopefully. I'm glad that they didn't. Yeah, you always have. But for your point of view,
you're right. And I guess that's where the bit of the frustration comes from at the moment for me. Like, you're seeing 3 games in a row with like 10 minutes, and every last 10 minutes is unfolded in a different scenario. Like South Africa, like I said, they gave us 4 or 5 chances in the 22. Now look, they were up by 9 points. They decided to kick the corner end of the game. Pollard could have slotted that. It could have been a 12-point lead. But they gave us enough chances to convert at some point, and we weren't able to do that. I think I agree with your experience. Definitely, you know, we're lacking a little bit of that. But again, even just the general nous of rugby, like, you know, the new rules, guys, with you can't block. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So like, you kick off that maul, mate. Like, you can't run back and block anyone out the passage. So that's a complete one-on-one contest. Yeah. And that's one thing we are blessed with. We've got some extremely good guys in the air. We're very good in the air. So like, use it. You know, if that wins you the game, ultimately that's all that matters. And
especially how hard the refs are looking in those rule changes at the moment. Like, cheap pen. Every game across the board each weekend, there's you know, they're looking for it. So to your point, like, it's a genuine contest there every time.
Worst case, you catch it, you mark it, boom, we set our line, mate, we're 4 minutes to go, you're 80 from our line, and the pressure's on Aussies to come up with something.
Now, I've got the next question.
Yeah.
Beers, where are they?
Yeah. Ollie has just returned with some beers.
You've got Brazilian Fireball.
Perfect, we're all going to have a swig of that.
Brazilian Fireball.
Thank you, Ollie.
And what's that got in it?
You don't mind, I've got type 1 herpes, mate. You know, just the old mate on the lip. You don't mind. You do that too.
Yeah, Mrs. won't mind at all. Should be fine.
It's not just on your lip, mate.
Oh, wait a minute. I was going 2 at a time there.
Thank you, Ol. Thank you.
Thanks, mate.
Hey, cheers, gents.
Cheers. Thank you.
I love it when a plan comes together. I stoke the fire. Now, how everyone's now excited about the Lions too, aren't they? Like, you know what I mean? So,
thank you very much, Ol. Do we want to keep chatting about the demise of English rugby, because it is a lot of fun?
No, let's talk about something else, shall we? Yeah. Well, we'll come good.
Glad you brought up British and Irish Lions. You are 100% right that all of a sudden there's all this interest and focus in Australia again. I don't know if it's all you. It might
No,
also
it's not all me
It
at
might
all.
also be the Wallabies winning.
I've got nothing to do with it, but like it's good, right?
Yeah.
That's what we need.
Yeah.
Do you think, gents, I'm going to throw it out, we're 2 from 2. Can we go 4 from 4?
Oh, let's worry about 3 from 3 first. I mean, the boys have got some genuine confidence now. You know, like confidence based on actual performance rather than just, you know, like confidence in getting belief in the squad from what Joe Schmidt's saying to them or whatever. But fucking corn chips in this show, mate, I swear. But, you know, you look at like yesterday's game against Wales, like the way that we were able to kick on with it and really be quite ruthless in terms of, you know, kicking, you know, 50 points and whatever. Like this team now have the confidence and the belief to go into this Scotland game because sure, it's nice to think about getting to Ireland and potentially playing for a Grand Slam, but, you know, like we just can't look any further than the Scotland team because Scotland are a good side. Like, and they're really capable. Like, Finn Russell at 10, like, they've got options. They've got good attacking threats across the board. Their back row's really strong. Like, there's just too much to worry about this week rather than worrying about 4 from 4 yet.
Sorry.
No, don't apologise,
No,
Brian.
he's having a crack at me.
No,
Yeah, he is.
I'd actually like you to get on your knees and say sorry.
No. If Ben didn't have to do that, I don't have to. Let's talk about that game. Because I want to ask you boys, how do we go from getting flogged in that World Cup, which is 12 months ago by Wales, which was 40-6, 40-6, to us 52-20? How can you have a swing that hard in 12 months? Swoop, you haven't spoken in a while. Let's hear something.
It's clear. I feel like they're just clear on their game plan.
Yep.
You know, they know what they're doing and they're going out there and executing it. I think what we saw in that World Cup last year was players that were lost and trying to turn to a senior figure or a leader for direction. And whether or not there was some type of communication or feedback loop around where they were going in that game, it wasn't working. It probably wasn't the right solution. And I mean, there's a number of things, right? Like, they kind of built it up. I mean, Eddie went over there claiming that they were going to win the World Cup. I mean, everything was a little bit wrong from the start. But look, the performances weren't there. I think what we're seeing now is just a young, hungry team that have put a system in place, I guess, employed by a successful coach who knows what success looks like. And they're believing it. And like what you said before, there's genuine momentum now. We've won 2 in a row, and that's exactly what this young team needs. Not just belief, but also they're starting to believe in the attacking threats that they're starting to put together. Whether it's the keep ball alive, just the offload football, our set piece, 3 more tries on the weekend. Now that's a threat. Our aerial pursuit. Scotland have to look at a few areas this week, and they're going to consume a bit of time in their preview, and I think that's great. That's exactly what we need.
Mm-hmm. I think obviously confidence has a lot to do with it as well. Like they've now won 2 games. You can see they look happy too. Like, yeah, everyone loves to win. You're always going to feel happy when you win, but they just look like they're enjoying things. And Joe Schmidt, I think, obviously, not just Joe, but the staff that he's brought with him, has just made a huge difference. You can just see that the players, the way they're playing, even you look at Len Flickytower, you know, the way he offloaded there when the game's in the balance. I think the year before, if Eddie was coach, he probably would have held that ball. Well, he actually didn't even get picked. You know, Len didn't go to the World Cup. There's also that. I thought our squad that we took to the World Cup probably wasn't the best team that we could have had. Whereas at the moment, I think we're looking pretty good. The boys are confident that they attack. They just seem, like what Swoop said, they seem like they've got a game plan that suits them. Everyone believes in it. And now they've got performances and victories that kind of reinforces that belief and that confidence. And yeah, I don't know. I just think it's much needed for Australian rugby. Like, we definitely needed this. You know, to bring excitement back, to get people excited about rugby, to get people talking about the Lions and actually being a context next year.
Yeah, I was seeing something overnight, just how much of a spike there's already been in the last 2 weeks in ticket sales for the Lions series. So straight away, obviously the rugby landscape back home are wanting to engage and wanting to get around the team, and it takes a couple of wins, perhaps ones that we probably weren't expecting before the tour, but especially the England one to start. And then all of a sudden, like, everyone's really getting behind this team. Like, it's fucking good to see.
I think also with Samu going off, wasn't great for him, but it was the best thing for us, the way we played. We scored 21 points in that period with 14 men. I thought we were guilty early on, probably of, because we attacked so well against England and everyone was talking about it, we played probably too expansive. And I reckon in any game, you've always got to earn the right to go wide. And we were just going wide with actually not really punching them and going forward. Once we lost Samu, you lose that advantage of going wide, so you're forced to go through them. And we went through Wales, and then eventually it opens up. Yeah. And then we obviously found the blueprint, we're able to run away with it. But I thought that second half it was a good performance. You know, it was great. It's just tough for us because we're surrounded by Welsh supporters. You got to act like you're humble, whereas inside we're saying, you know, we're too good for you.
There's a very young girl who sat in front of us the whole game.
Yes.
Wheels.
Shut
up.
No,
she was great. Yeah, they were good. Her and her mum, like, they were good birds. But, jeez, mate. I was like, there's got to be something else than just saying Wales.
Yeah. But it's right, though. Like, you know, the fabric of Australian rugby, like, the identity is attacking rugby, and we're starting to see that. I think what is complementing that is we're just getting those other areas that we haven't really been accurate in, you know, like our box kicks or our contestable kicking, our kickoffs, our kick receipt. You know, we're starting to compete there, and I think that's starting to complete the all-round kind of outfit and the performance, which is helping us just maintain momentum in games. Like 14 men down, like you'd said, go back to the battle, go back to the physical battle, plug corners, play territory, you know, take advantage of the ill discipline of Wales, plug a corner and then more try. So
what about selections for next week? You know, there was Ben, come to you, like, first game we started with Jake Gordon, Tate McDermott off the bench, then we started Nick White, Tate still on the bench. Like, who would you start at 9 going against the Scots?
It's a good little battle, isn't it? I'd say probably going to Scotland. I don't know what the weather's due, but there's every chance it could be. So I'd go Nick White. But I really like Tate McDermott coming on. Yeah. Like, he exploited England around the fringes, and he basically gave a blueprint for Grant Williams to do the same at the weekend. Like, you're playing against the Blitz, goes high there, but often the guys around the ruck gets left behind, and he picked it up brilliantly just before half time, which actually was really pivotal. He's lively. I like how he plays. He obviously made another break yesterday for the last try for Tom Wright. But back to you, Swoop. I reckon the success is getting the best out of your team. And I guess that's probably a bit of an English frustration at the moment. It's like, you look at our squad, you know, have we got the best out of them? Probably not, and that's what Australia are currently doing. Like, Joe Schmidt is clearly doing a very, very good job in getting the best out of them, and confident, as you say, gets, and they're just building on what they're doing. But yesterday I watched them, I thought they're winning collisions. Like, you got to respect the maul suddenly. Like, you got to respect the counter attack, and then all of a sudden you're like, it's building nicely for you guys. I mean, I can't say I'm that happy for you.
No, you don't look happy.
But like, you know what I mean. But it's just interesting, isn't it? Like, you know, who would have thought leading into this series, like, I wouldn't have said, well, I obviously didn't think that. But here I am now going, shit, you've turned it around. Fair play.
I think also, Drew, you were talking about it when we did the corporate stuff for, you know, pre-game. When you bring in a couple of experienced players like Skelton, you know, Samu, even Suoli, he's not experienced, but they're superstars that when you're in the change room and you're getting ready or you're in a huddle, those guys give you confidence. You're like, oh, look, we've got these guys here now. Like, just a handful of players can make such a big difference to how you feel. And if you feel confident in your abilities and in your teammates, like, that does make a difference as well. So I think early on, Joe just wanted to stick with the local players, the players that were playing Super Rugby and staying in Australia, which was great for them, gave them the experience and everything else. But I think for Australia to be super successful and for this Lions series to be great, we need to pick the best players that we've got. And that's what this tour has been about, and it's, you know, paying dividends at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, it's not about, like, you know, picking half our team or half our squad from overseas players, but to your point, yeah, like, there's just sometimes just having one guy in your team, like, you're looking across, like, for, you know, when you got Wycliffe Parlow in your team, you're looking across, you're like, okay, we're going to be all right. We got Cliffy. You know, like, having someone like Will Skelton, the presence and the aura that he's got, I would imagine it kind of looks like they're like I don't know, they're just like, there's a bit of a short, like, a surety around, we're going to be all right here, you know, and he's a different type of lock to what you look at Nick Frost. runs away for a try 40 metres
Yes,
out.
he had a great
That was
game.
mental,
Yeah,
that, by the
yeah,
way.
yeah,
You don't want to be chasing him because imagine he starts pulling away and you're like,
yeah.
oh, give the old,
Yeah.
the old
I
K-tape.
haven't seen that for a while.
Mate, hell of a run,
Big
man.
long back, 50 metres.
Yeah, but even defensive line, he was good. I think, like Fessler, your boy, he scored a hat trick. Like the players are now playing better. You know, when you're surrounded by big players, you almost want to prove yourself, like you belong. When I first got to Toulon, you're surrounded by superstars there, and you don't want to feel like, gee, Australia's shit. Like this bloke's played 100 tests or whatever he's played for Australia, but he's no good for us. So you want to play or prove yourself even more with them, and I feel like we've got those players in the rugby championship. They're playing well, but I feel like everyone's gone up to another level, and it's not just attributed to these players coming in. It's just that confidence, cohesion. They've been together now longer. They understand what Joe's about, where he wants to take them, and it's being validated obviously by the scores.
I think Nick Frost might have been an athletics champion.
Yeah.
Can you check that, Al? Because he was like a freak at cricket.
Like a 400 metre runner or something. I
yeah,
heard.
there was like 5 or 6 different
He
sports.
doesn't look like 400 metre. I'd say
No.
high jump, surely.
I don't know if he's got fast twitch enough.
What
For
was
high
he?
jump? You don't need fast switch for high jump.
What he,
fucking
I was
jump.
saying the 40 metre dash. He used
I
to
thought
win.
you meant
Yeah,
fast
has he got the
switch, like
400
running.
in after watching yesterday? Do you reckon he's got the 400 in?
Oh,
Don't know. I reckon he could have kept going
He
around
was
the
pretty
stadium.
quick,
like
wasn't he? He
was
looked pretty
fine.
good. With that present stuff though, like some people just think like, oh, it's someone giving a mad like Churchill speech or something like that. It's not. It's just having that body. Some people
Yeah.
just have that presence, and that's that reassurance of like, yeah.
And in tough moments too. Like if
You know
you're
they're
up
gonna stand
against
up,
it,
don't you?
if they're there and they're saying, "Don't worry about it. We go back. We'll kick off. If you're behind, we're going to get the ball back." Someone with experience, when they talk with younger players, you just want to follow that. And we've got talented young players. What you don't have is the experience, but they're going to get that by playing more games. Similar like England now, you've got to go through the tough moments to actually get that experience and then get better. So then when you're facing that same scenario, you're going to grow or you'll make a different decision or whatever.
You got it all?
He won the 2011 State Age Beach Sprint, and his athletic CV included New South Wales titles in an array of events, including hurdles, throwing, age 15. He won the national discus, pentathlon, 100, 800, hurdles, discus, and long jump, and then played New South Wales basketball.
Yeah, kidding.
No, he could have chosen basketball. I think he was also a champion swimmer and darts. I think just check all those.
Oh, yeah.
He was everything. He was unbelievable.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about these.
No, not those darts.
Swoops a champion. I like
Yeah, we check swoop starts, can we?
A couple other big games to touch on.
Yep.
And then we can get into the weeds with Ben. Oh, have a bit of a laugh, I guess. France, they defeated the All Blacks 30-29. Interesting end to the game. Was it odd that they, with 7 minutes to go, took a penalty? Like, is that?
What did you think about the ending of the game?
I thought it's more All Black to go for the try, isn't it? That's just in the many years that I've watched them, or have I?
Yeah,
No.
I mean, they still would have had to score twice, right? What was it, 9
No,
points?
6 points.
Oh, was it 6?
Difference. Yeah.
Oh, that's... Then
Is that right? Yeah. So if they...
I was at Boom Battle Bar, mate. I was smacking a few Jaeger bombs.
Pretty sure. Yeah.
I know. I thought it was the fact that France were up. They were kind of on the right-hand side edge. A couple of minutes to play, but they decided to play rather than... It's like a minute 20 to go on the clock. Rather than just kind of keep it tight, close it out. They kind of try to go wide, kick it, almost inviting the All Blacks, like you mentioned before, to kind of run away with it. Is that what you're referring to? Which is a strange one. I didn't see that result coming. I thought off the back of the All Blacks' performances in the last two, they had momentum, looked like they're enjoying themselves, starting to play some really solid rugby. But the French, that surprised me.
That first 10 minutes in the second half hurt the All Blacks badly. Like France come out, they scored 2 tries. It was actually that offload that didn't stick. I think New Zealand were close to actually, if they scored that, like I think the game would have probably blown out a little bit. But they missed the offload. There was a kick through the winger. He's got jets with the red headgear. What's his?
Louis Biarri.
Berry?
Yeah,
Rapid.
Rapid. So then when he scores
So I
that
think Reece
try,
was chasing back, mate.
Yeah,
He wouldn't-
exactly
and
right.
he just literally goes.
Yeah, he absolutely goes Reece there. So it was just for me that was the massive turning point, because then you go from being down 10 against the All Blacks where you're like, to now we're in front, and not that they didn't have belief, but that would have really reinforced it, because I thought in the first half they stayed close, but it was definitely New Zealand's game. Like they were the dominant team.
Razor in his press conference after, he basically said they took the foot off the gas.
Yeah.
So it's similar to what England's been doing lately, that they were, were out in front and then they just, I don't know. See, that for me is a bit un-All Black, right? Or are we just used to them winning against us all the time?
No, but it's also the French are a good side.
Yeah, very good.
So not to discredit them at all. I think the All Blacks traditionally have always been good in the way George Gregan used to talk championship minutes. So your first 20 minutes, then your 5 minutes before half time, your 5 minutes after, and then the last 10 minutes. That was always that 40-minute period that he would focus heavily on when he was the captain for us. And the All Blacks historically have always been really good at that. It was very strange the way they came out in the second half to give away 14 or 12 points as quick as that in 10 minutes. I thought that was very un-All Black. But to the defence of the French, they kept attacking, they played well, they hung in there, and they're a good side.
Absolutely. The other big one with the big dogs was Ireland 22 defeated Argentina. You're just going for a wee, are you, mate?
But you just don't put me in the camera. You like to talk. I didn't see that game anyway.
Ben, did you catch it?
You're the only bloke
Were you
that's caught it.
boys flying at that point?
We were on the plane, so
I did catch it. Do you know what?
thank
It
God
was,
for that.
yeah. Let me blag it. Fake it till you make it. Ireland were pretty dominant first half, to be fair. But and then they sort of I think Andy Farrell sort of summed it up afterwards, sort of for 4 games in one. What he means to that is 1 minute they're hot, then they're cold and all this. But the Argentina played good rugby. I mean, they attack and they come, and they came second half, and passes were sticking. They were getting speed of ball and momentum. What did I take from the game? I'll tell you what I took from the game is Argentina are building something nicely, and I wouldn't want to play them in a one-off game. As they build towards 2027, they're a team that if you had them in a knockout game, they could do you on a one-off.
They can get up for it.
They can get up for
their
it.
back row, and the way they just come around the corner and just Kramer and Matera, and just ball carries are just ferocious.
They are, but they've got some nice little subtleties to their game. They had a big line break right at the end. They sort of looked like they were going nowhere, and then made a massive bust down the middle. Time was up, took the left edge, got to the edge of the 22, and you're thinking, it's on now. Picked and went, and sadly,
what they're doing really well is scoring points off not having possession. Those moments, because Test football or Premiership rugby, whatever it is across the park, it's quite structured.
Yes, it is. No, I agree with that.
It's all shape. And there are only moments when it's that unstructured, real broken play these days. And the teams that are going on to win football are the ones that are making that kind of those moments count. Argentina do it really fucking well. As in, talking about what I've, observed this year from them. Scoring points, not having possession. Happy to defend for 20 minutes. The attacking team might spill the ball. They pick it up and they've got this nice little interplay. And they're on. They're just then at the other end of the park applying pressure and converting it to points.
They've always loved to tackle though. That they'll just keep throwing their head in the spokes for 80 minutes. I just reckon their attacking ability across the board, their forwards are really handy with the ball in hand.
And there's no real structure or shape to it. It's
but it doesn't look that way.
Yeah, a lot of it looks kind of off the cuff, but it's and they've all got
and that's dangerous.
A lot of their wingers, mate. Carreras wasn't playing, but Matheus Carreras, he's dynamite. He is little man, but he is dynamite. And as you say, they were so tenacious. When I think of being a scrum half against Argentina, it was one of the worst teams to play because everything's being counter-rucked. You go to a wide channel, mate. There's 3 of them trying to get through it, blast it, make it a mess. Tenacious team to play against. Difficult.
Yeah.
Watch this for a segue. Watch this.
Watch
this one. So obviously, Cheika was the coach of Argentina.
Yep.
Are we seeing are these his fingerprints that we're seeing with this current Argentina side? And he's currently coaching you, Ben. So
good segue.
Thanks,
Oh,
guys.
fuck, you're good.
Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have if he didn't warn me.
I know.
Will Leicester start playing like Argentina?
Not if I'm playing 9, mate. I won't get to the rucks. Cheika likes to play, to be fair. He wants us to play. which is a bit different from the tradition. Certainly my co-host of my show, of our show, is myself, Dan Cole. Coley will struggle in that system, mate. He'll hit a ruck, but he'll struggle in the multi-phase system, and I won't be able to get to the breakdown. So basically, no, we're fucked. So unless Czech gets rid of us two, then he can play that system.
Does he let you box kick? Weren't you saying,
mate, yeah, I mean...
when he came in, he tell Nick Phipps he can't...
Yeah.
Were you there?
Yeah. So when he came in 2013, he said, we're not kicking football this year. 0 kicks. I don't care where you are on the field. We don't kick.
Yeah.
We run everything. We're going to bring running rugby back into the Waratahs program. Right, mate.
Piss and rain in Wellington.
Nick
How did that go?
Phipps, mate, Nick Phipps box kicked 5 times that season and got sprayed for everyone.
He likes doing things his way, doesn't he?
But
I like him.
Exactly
I like
right.
him.
To be fair, Fanger used to hit box kicks off his shin. He was terrible.
I know. I guess by the end of the season, he said, right. Now we know how to run the ball. That's when we can actually start to bring in a little bit of smarts and tactical kicking.
And what happened the year after?
Exactly, mate. What happened? You tell me.
Well, you bloody won it, didn't you?
We did.
No, he's good, Czech. He's good. I really like him.
What's the I want to know, because we all know Czech very well, and we've all got our own kind of shared experiences with Czech. What kind of impression has he kind of made already on you? Is it a conversation earlier, or is it just you're seeing it, him employing a different system, or?
Yeah, so well, in short, I suppose. First of all, it comes back to that presence. I know you were saying about the change room. Like Czech has that presence. He's got a definite presence.
When he walks in the room, you're like,
yeah, you exactly like.
Except for his outfits, he dresses horribly.
Yeah, he's done well out of fashion, though.
the guy made all his money.
We can't comment on that, mate. He's had the last laugh when it comes to fashion and how well he's done.
Financially,
but,
he looks terrible. Looks homeless.
But the presence, I suppose, he's been and seen it all, and I guess I'm the same Czech that I see day to day now is probably different to yours, but also still has the strong characteristics of like, I like how he's. This is where we're going. This is how we're going to do it, and it's like, you're coming with me. Yeah. And I think obviously I'm older in my career now, and as you get older, like some coaches kind of leave you alone the latter end of your career. They don't really challenge you. They kind of, don't know how you guys had it, but they sort of leave you to sort of on your own. They don't really but I love how Czechs come in and being like, right, Benny, what do you reckon to this? What do you think to this, mate? I reckon we can do this. And having that dialogue and kind of make you think differently is quite refreshing, because the longer it goes on, the more that sort of can die off as such, but he's kept that. And I just like his approach, mate. It's different. It's good. Like, it's like rugby. Why do we play it? Because we want to have the ball in our hands. We want to move. We want to take people on. We want to play it for that reason. And he loves that. And I think that's been good value for us.
He also could care less if he got sacked.
Yes.
Which makes a big difference, because he's not coaching for the paycheck. He's coaching because he doesn't need it. But he's coaching because he loves it. So, it doesn't matter the external noise. He could care less about that. And it's actually like, when you're playing for him, you know that he's passionate about the team, and he really cares about you guys. Well,
he cares about people, doesn't he? He cares about people.
He cares about, and he cares. I'm sure he cares about the actual town as well. Like, he actually starts to really buy into that stuff, because he doesn't need the paycheck. So he doesn't. If he hears outside noise, some coaches that are playing for that paycheck, if you hear outside noise, they're kicking too much. Next week he may change the game plan, even if it doesn't suit the team. That coach may change it where you run. But Czech does not care. He's got his beliefs, like he said. This is how we're going to do it. This is why we're going to do it. Now just come with me.
Totally agree. It's almost like a freedom of coaching, like liberates himself, because he doesn't have to worry about that. This is what I stand for. This is what I believe in, and I ain't changing. I'm not deviating from that. This is what I think will suit. And if it doesn't work out, sod it. Life goes on, And I like that, where some coaches would sort of fold.
Yes, he's very passionate. Like, what was his second game? He got suspended or something.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah,
just because he looked at the doctor or something the wrong way. Like,
I don't want to comment because he gave a bit. He got a bit of a slap on the wrist, but. You want him on your side, don't you? Yeah, you want him on your side, mate.
Didn't you have that in the car park once?
We had a little chest poking moment, because he dropped me on a hunch. He said, I just got a hunch you don't really want to be here. I said, what do you mean on a fucking hunch? He goes, it's just a feeling I've got. And then it kind of accelerated, and we went out to the car park and looked like chest poking each other. And then he goes, well, mate.
Yeah, silly that would have looked.
Yeah, can you imagine those guys are...
And then he goes, well, at the end of the day, I'm the head coach and I can make that call, so that's the call. Okay.
How did you come back and play after you got dropped though?
Yeah, because I don't even know if he put me on the bench.
He didn't. He just signed for too long, didn't he?
I started the following week.
Yeah, and I'm sure you would have played well.
Yeah,
There's more to it. There may have been a game
You know
that
what?
you probably
He's
could
probably
have
right.
been rested.
I was in Canberra. It was cold. I probably didn't want to be there. To be honest. I just didn't want to admit it at the time.
Have you heard his? This is the story that gets me. The one they tell about Czech with the kidnapping.
Yeah, Matty Tamura told me this story, which I mean, you guys were obviously you were all there. So, but yeah, he told me a sort of shortened account of what went on, which it sounds. I mean, he hasn't done it to us yet.
No,
but who knows with him, mate? I mean, he might be like, he could be listening in. I don't know. Like, he gave me the green light, like, I could come and see you guys. So, don't know, mate.
Have you done a shot of whiskey or raised a glass of champagne before a training session?
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
okay.
Oh, the old rinse and
Grise
repeat.
had a baby actually, not him, but his partner did.
Yeah.
And he popped open the champagne, mate. Checked it before training. So.
That's good, isn't it?
Yeah, great, brilliant.
How'd you train?
Just keep it coming, Jack. You know?
You boys just got to have
should we
more
knock on
babies.
the head, Jack? You know what I mean?
Just keep having babies.
Should we just visualise training, Jack, and then go home? Perfect. But yeah, that sounded bonkers though. The kidnapping. Were you
We were away.
kidnapped?
We weren't.
Because we'll come back from France.
Swoop wanted to get kidnapped, but I don't think no one wanted him.
You thought it was a different type of kidnapping, mate.
I wanted to until they said they went through your phone. I was like, fuck that.
But you did get kidnapped, right?
I didn't get kidnapped. I just had to go into a room. There were guys.
Interrogation.
Yeah, I went to an interrogation.
Gotcha.
Talking of kidnapping, actually, my brother went with growing up in moved to Leicester and they put you in like digs and stuff, and there was a house in Leicester, and decided like to egg one of the senior academy lads' house. So they lobbed a load of eggs, blah blah. Anyway, left it to it. About 2 weeks later, we're in the digs in Leicester, and the door gets kicked in, and about 7 lads come in with balaclavas, baseball bats, and all sorts. Right, grab us all, cable tie us, drag us out, chuck us in the back of a transit. Like we're like shitting ourselves. It wasn't a particularly nice area anyway. Like there's cops then like turn up. They hit as we went out in the transit. They kind of clipped a car. They slammed on the brakes. But it was all the lads. It was a prank that basically gone wrong.
Wow.
It certainly went wrong, didn't it?
Yeah, it certainly went wrong. Yeah, so
Cable tied. Yeah, where was your heart rate
Imagine-
at? Like you would.
Imagine trying to explain to the cops, oh, no.
This
We're only joking.
yeah. It's just it's gone wrong.
Unbelievable. Now you obviously played against these 3 lads.
Yes.
And can we play the little game?
Sure,
we
yeah.
play? So there's a little game we play, which is start 1, bench 1, drop 1.
Right.
And so it's obviously Matt Giddo, Adam Ashley Cooper, and Drew Mitchell. You can only start 1, you can bench 1, and you got to drop 1.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, we don't normally do
I
it,
made
but
enough
you sit
enemies in
the room.
Australia. Start Gits.
Yes, thank you.
Gits can go 10. I'd like to play with him at 10. Fuck. This is minging, isn't it? I actually went around Drew in one game, so he's dropped. He's dropped. So I've swoops on the bench.
I'm actually getting pretty fucking used to it.
Like, can you talk
And I
through
feel like Drew can take it well, so there we go.
what happened? You ran around him?
Oh,
us
we don't
through
have to go through that.
Yeah, we do it.
It was 2010 tour. Went for a line out and went around Drew.
2010.
2010, I don't know how long ago. 2010.
We won that though.
No, we won in Sydney. Gits missed a kick.
That's right in front. Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, because it was who was the 12? Henry Paul or
No, Shantae Happy.
That's right. Yeah. And he, I like kind of faked he hit me without the ball, and then I gave him like a bit of a wink, set up the kick right in front, sprayed it.
Oh, no.
Oh, mate. Yeah, I know. But it's what I do for you, mate. See?
Have you got an English version for Ben?
You bump him or anything?
Oh, you mean I start one?
Yes.
Oh,
You haven't thought?
What
about we do coaches? You guys have, so you obviously had Eddie in common.
Yep.
Yeah.
Check.
Check in common.
Check.
Is there a third coach?
Oh, I just reckon if you throw Eddie in, it's going to be an easy answer.
And also, it's the
feel-
current coach. It's a bit easy.
Okay. Have you got an English equivalent? Someone call one out. 3.
Matt Dawson,
Yep.
Danny Kerr.
Yep.
We're not going to do Ben Young himself.
What about Wigglesworth? He's in the coaching staff too, isn't he?
Yeah.
The 3.
Okay.
I've got to do that again.
Yeah.
I thought you guys were doing that.
No, I'd cut them off.
So
Fucking-
let's-
yeah,
they won't
fuck
be able to
'em
hear
all.
all. So can you just repeat the ones?
So Matt Dawson, Wigglesworth, and Danny Kerr. Start one, bench one, drop one.
I'd start Matt Dawson, bench Danny Kerr, drop Wigglesworth.
That was very easy.
Yeah.
DC is good, man, and Dawson's obviously won a World Cup. So
Yeah.
And
Wiggy is now coaching England.
yeah. So you don't like him?
I don't mind him, mate. I don't mind him, but the other guys are better.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Other thing you guys have got in common, obviously you guys competed against each other in the British and Irish Lions in 2013. What was that tour like in Australia?
Good tour. I think, did you, after the final game, and I don't know if memory
you're
is
right.
serving right,
Yeah.
did you jump on our bus and sing a song with Nathan
That wasn't
Sharp?
me, man. That wasn't me.
I swear to mate, I swear. I mean, I was pissed, but I wasn't that pissed. I'm pretty sure it was you, mate.
Definitely me. Yeah. I don't know how we got on that bus.
I don't know how you got on that bus, but you got on that
Well, it was
bus.
good fun though, wasn't it?
It was good fun.
Good tour.
Great tour. No, genuine, like, for us to go, for you to get selected on the Lions tour is an absolute privilege. Like, it is amazing. And you then suddenly get to know these guys, camaraderie bonds, and it's a bit like old school touring. Like, it still has that old rugby values in terms of like getting to know each other, getting on the piss. Like, you play on a Wednesday night, get on the piss, train Thursday, probably move locations, play Saturday team plays and all that. But amazing experience. And generally, like, Australia is one of the best places to tour. And when you do it on a Lions level with the amount of fans and expats and everyone out there, like, it is incredible. And for you guys, obviously, it's you know, once every 12 years. So just the whole thing becomes even bigger. So no, it was one of the greatest rugby memories I've got, to be fair.
Where's the best place? Where do you like to tour most in Australia?
Where?
Yeah.
Brisbane. I've enjoyed Brisbane. Went to, where's we go? Sanctuary Cove we've been to.
Oh, yeah.
We always
Yeah.
stop there for a bit. We go to Gold Coast and there. Well, to be fair, when we've gone, most times been with Eddie. So he just goes around and he
Yeah,
brings
he
like
loves
Glenn
that
Ella
Sanctuary
with him,
Cove.
his mate, and they just fucking drink wine and have a great time. Melbourne's good. But Sydney, to be fair, often Sydney's the last game. That's always a good blow, because for us, obviously, the season ends.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? And we don't fly back normally for a couple of days, so it's a good way to finish. Whilst you guys have to carry on, so Sydney's always a good one to finish at.
And
I always like Perth, to be fair, as well.
Yeah, there's still
But is there any cities you
there's
don't
two other
like, or-
cities that you're missing. Canberra, you had a good time in Canberra? Or?
No, I know that's where you live, kids, but fuck me, mate. I don't want to be in Canberra longer than 3 days, mate. It was fucking colder than it is here when we went. It was absolutely Baltic.
You watch.
And
So
the
you
Brumbies
shit
pulled our
cans
pants
Canberra.
down,
Canberra
so-
will get city of the world, I reckon.
You don't have to apologise. Again.
Shit, yeah, I should have learned my lesson. Nah, we played the Brumbies and they beat us, actually.
Yeah.
They did.
That's
And we were only there for we literally were there for 2 days. So actually Canberra, I haven't explored much, mate. I don't know much about it, to be fair.
I think that, and when they toured in 2002, the Lions lost, or whatever, 2000 or whatever it was, they lost in Canberra as well. That was when Goog got in it with Austin Healy.
Yeah.
He did that finger pointing like with an intercept. You remember that?
Yeah, that's right. Noosa was good. We went to Noosa for a few days.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah,
nice
this
spot.
is good.
Good spot, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
like
we had a
Canberra.
great time. Great time.
Hey, let's do this.
Yeah.
So we do a little segment called Match Fit. It's where we're dressed by MYER.
Okay.
So you just got to sit and deal with this for 3 minutes.
You crack on.
Let's do this. I will go first. Can you remind me? I'm Kenji, aren't I?
Yeah.
You are Kenji.
And am I Kenji in the pants?
You certainly are.
This is a wonderful Kenji collection. This, as you can see, I mean, it's got Nemo. It's also got planets. It's also got manta rays and whales. It's very breathable, and you could wear it.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, it's confusing,
It is. Yeah,
but I like it.
But it's great.
It's amazing.
Yeah. And then these pants, it's like a green and black number. They're very stretchy. I enjoy them. They're fantastic. Where would I wear them?
Yeah, where would you wear 'em?
On a UK tour.
Yeah.
And you've done that.
I have.
Yeah, well done.
So,
Sure, I'm up. I've just gone the Maddox jeans, the black t-shirt, BLAQ, and also got this nice little. Should I put it on?
Yeah, mate, you have to. Be criminal not to wear that.
This is also a black jacket.
Yeah.
It's lovely. It's got a bit of puffer about it, and also just the.
Untuck the collar there, mate.
Oh yeah.
and just remember, these ones, if you're talking to these, it makes a loud sound. Remember?
Is that right?
Yeah, so you just got to just do it in the
So
microphone.
so how am I looking?
How do you always look?
Yeah, exactly.
About 6, to be honest.
6. Jeez, that's tough.
Where would you wear it, son?
Where would I wear it?
Maybe to dinner with an Earl.
Maybe to dinner with an Earl. Going to dinner with an Earl tonight. 12th Earl of Shaftesbury. Distant relative. You wouldn't believe it, young. I'm fucking royal. So we're going to Ivy Soho Brasserie. Apparently a good steak. But yeah, we're just going to talk about...
Mate, your outfit.
We're going to talk about...
No one cares about your dinner.
This is what I'm wearing to dinner, actually. He's going to be quite impressed.
Good.
He's going to go, mate, where'd you get that from? I'm going to say MYER.
Yeah.
Eloise sorted me out, or was it Eleanor? All of them.
Louise.
But yeah, mate, I look great, feel great. Where ought to wear it?
Yeah.
To dinner with an Earl, and also a Wallabies win. You know?
And let's finish with you, mate.
Yeah, so I've just gone with a plain black, the Kenji shorts. They're cottony, I suppose. They're all right, and I've got a Maddox shirt. I just wanted to understate. I feel like I've probably shown off a little bit the last couple of pods with my outfits. So I just wanted to be a little bit understated. Where would I wear it? At home, watching Netflix.
Very okay.
Yeah.
Love it. Great. Sorry. Could you pick a best dress for us, please, Ben? You're gonna get actually, yeah. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, that's great. Good shout.
But like honestly, if you'd wear it.
Start with worst dress, please.
Yeah.
Prof. Sorry,
Yeah,
mate.
great.
Horrendous.
Okay.
Drew, I'm not feeling the top, mate. I'll be honest.
I feel like we're about to fucking fight, mate.
And
I guess I could wear that at home.
okay.
Love it.
Swoop, mate.
Swoop wins.
If I was going out for a meal
With an
at
Earl.
that level, I would want to wear exactly what you're wearing.
Spare seat tonight. You want to come?
Count me in, mate.
Very good. That was Match Fit. Okay. Look, we like to play some games on this show occasionally. Before I do, though, are you happy to play? Well, we've got a bit of a quiz. It's like Australia versus England quiz, almost like an Ashes type of thing. You up for that, Ben?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Do we need another Englishman? Do you want, or is it Ben versus you guys? Or we could get Ol.
Yeah.
Our producer's
But Ollie
English.
was actually helping you do the...
No, he did. Oh, have you seen this quiz, Ol?
Yes, because he told me not to look at it on the train.
Don't get Ollie in. He's half genius. He'll win.
Definitely? All right,
Okay,
we'll bring him in.
Ol, you want to come in? So we got 2 Englishmen.
You want me out? I'm happy to go out.
You go. Okay, so Drew and Swoop versus
Okay.
Ollie and Ben. Say hi.
Let's do it. Hi, everyone.
And,
Here's Ollie.
Come on, Ol.
Feeling
Give
good
us
about
30
this.
seconds, Ol.
Yeah, who are you, mate? Tell us.
Yeah. No, all good, thanks. Just quiet night. Got in at 5:30, ready to quiz.
No, who are you? What
I do stuff behind the scenes. I'm not
Terrific.
important. Yeah.
You're also English. Okay, so England versus Australia. Now, here's the first question. These are the Aussie questions for Team England. So you guys are answering this. Translate this sentence into the King's English. Hey, Cobber, let me tell you a cracking yarn. I went down to the survey to snag myself a Soso roll, but fair dinkum, those wankers were out of Tommy sauce and they had no Frosty Pig's ears in the fridge. Ben.
I need that.
Is this
repeated.
multiple choice?
No, you just got to tell me what I'm saying.
Translate it.
Hey, Cobber, let me tell you a cracking yarn. I went down to the survey to snag myself a Soso roll, but fair dinkum, those wankers
Break
were
it
out of
up in
Tommy
little
sauce.
sections.
Hello, mate. Let me tell you a story.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
went to go get a sausage roll.
But where'd I go?
The servo, service station, petrol station.
This doesn't really work because you live in Australia.
Oh, fuck off then.
You keep going, Ben. Servo. Yep, service station.
Grab myself a sausage roll.
Yeah.
And what was the last?
Those wankers were out of Tommy sauce and they had no Frosty Pig's ears in the fridge.
They were out of tomato ketchup, and they had no Frosty's ears.
Frosty pig ears.
Piggies. Ollie Sears. Britney Spears.
Beers.
There you go.
Very good.
You're welcome.
1 for England. Okay,
Cheers for
Australia.
your help, though.
No,
you
don't
were great,
worry.
mate.
Hey, you're not quite there.
The English claim to be tea aficionados, and dear Lord, they drink a lot of it. How many cups of tea are consumed every day across England? This is multiple choice. A, 100 million cups. B, 150 million cups. C, 130 million cups. D, they should harden the fuck up and drink more coffee. 100,
reckon,
150 or 130, Drew?
I reckon 130.
Yeah, I was going to say 130. Let's
Yeah,
not look.
130.
130.
130. Ding, 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 ding.
Oh.
Very, very good. Second question is for Team England. Which one of these statements is not true about Australia? Australia is ranked 50th in world broadband speed. Australian capital Canberra, when translated into local Aboriginal dialect, means women's cleavage. An Australian man tried to sell New Zealand on eBay for 1 cent. Australia is credited for inventing flavoured lube, cask wine, and Google Maps. So it's the one that's not true.
Someone tried to sell New Zealand on eBay. I remember that. What was A?
Australia's ranked 50th in world broadband speed.
I can believe that, given the outback and all that.
I reckon the Canberra one's a lie because I think Git sort of grinned then about he loves Canberra and he would have talked about breast cleavage, women's cleavage.
Incorrect. We are not ranked 50th in the world in broadband speeds. We are actually 56th. This is really bad. Apparently, Canberra is women's cleavage. You knew that? Okay, question number 2 for the Aussies. England isn't known for their culinary innovation. What is England's national dish? A, fish and chips. B, chicken tikka masala. C, jellied eels. Or D, pan-roasted colonisation.
I think fish and chips.
Fish and chips.
Incorrect. Chicken tikka masala.
I mean, you love a curry night, right?
Yeah.
Did you know
Is
that
it
answer?
really a
Yeah.
national dish? Is it their national dish?
that
Or is
right,
it just,
So it was created because they had chicken tikka and they said this is too dry and chucked gravy on it. And that
Yeah, right.
became chicken tikka masala.
Right. And what's the
Great.
Is it Brick Lane? Is it Brick Lane? East London?
Brick Lane, Curry House, yeah.
Curry's cool.
there you go.
Okay, 2 more questions. Does anybody know the score?
Yeah.
What is it?
We're up 4-1.
1 all.
Just
One
said
apiece.
we're up 4-1. Okay, question number 3 for Team England. The Wallabies got their team name in 1908 before they played the British Isles. What was the only other name up for consideration? Was it the Dingoes, the Rabbits, the Golden Crops, or the bread-stealing bastards?
I know this, but see what you think. I think I know this.
It's got to be D in it. What was the first one?
Dingoes, Rabbits, Golden Crops, bread-stealing bastards.
Let's see.
I think it's
No,
B.
it was the Rabbits. We were going to be the Rabbits.
Yeah.
Really?
Which is interesting because it's not an Aussie animal. There you go.
How disappointing.
So this is for the win?
This is for the win, gents.
Right.
What is locked up permanently in the Tower of London? Is it 6 ravens? Is it 12 tons of flour? Is it C, a loaded armoury of emergency weapons? Or is it D, Prince Andrew?
I like the weapons.
6 ravens.
What were the first?
6 ravens, 12 tons of flour, a loaded armoury of emergency weapons.
I mean, that just seems a bit too weird. 12 tons of flour. That it almost has to be it.
Almost has to be it. Yeah, I'm thinking flour.
Do you know the answer? No. If you know the answer to this, you guys can win.
Hold on. I didn't lock it in. I said I'm thinking
No,
flour.
you said
I said I'm thinking flour. I didn't lock it in.
And knowing your tell, you looked up on C. So what was C?
I don't have a tell.
You do. What's
Armory.
C?
Emergency armory.
Emergency armoury.
Is it emergency?
Yeah,
armory?
let's lock that in.
No, it's not.
No, I meant A.
Yeah, we're going A. We're going A.
Hey, ding, ding, ding. England wins, everybody. Big round of applause. Well done.
There you go. Your losing streak's over.
Now, something else we also do. Sorry, thank you, Ollie. Yes, well done, Ollie. Gits,
Thanks,
back
Ollie.
in. Come on, Gits.
Good on you, mate.
Great work, Ol.
Yeah?
Little cameo.
It's very good, mate.
What's the cameras, mate?
It's now time to do our Super Sizzler, thanks to BeefEater.
Super Sizzler, thanks to BeefEater.
It is summer in Australia, and that means get your barbecues out and buy yourself a BeefEater. That's courtesy of Appliances Online. So, Ben, what we do here is we pick a player from the weekend. It can be any player, and you got to say why they were the Super Sizzler of the week. Who would like to go first, Gits?
I would love to go first. Thank you.
On you go.
Back-to-back wins, back-to-back beef eaters. I'm going Len Flickertow. I just think he's just playing with a lot of confidence. He does all the hard stuff, but he does the flashy stuff. Even that try where he just stood up, stepped in, stepped out for an easy try at the back end. I don't know. I really like the way he's playing. I think him moving back to 13, he probably didn't get to see as much ball as he did the week before, but I still think he was phenomenal. And I don't want to, if someone's going to go Frosty, is anyone thinking about going Nick Frost? But he was just a bee's whisker behind. No, honourable mention.
Honourable mention.
Just on that though, next week would you put Sula'i to start, Ikitau, Karevi? What would you do?
I would like to put Len back at 12. I just think that's where he adds the most value. And then defensively, or whichever way Joe sees the game going, you either one of those, you're going to get great value out of either one of those at 13. But I loved him at 12. He's way more involved, and you can just see how much more he can bring. I've always thought he's a great player. But after that England game, when he was moved at 12 and he got so much more extra ball and more involved, I think he's a lot better than actually everyone thinks. Everyone thinks he's a great player, but I think he's world class.
Yeah. Have we seen him a BeefEater before?
We have, because it's back to back.
Two BeefEaters.
Mate, he'd go to the butcher, get lots of sausages, because you can cook shitloads.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Drew?
Tom Wright. It's three tries, but I know he just looks really comfortable and confident in the way he's playing. And just, I know he just looks settled. Like, I think Wrighty's sort of been there or thereabouts for the last few seasons, but just looks now like he's just owned that 15 jersey. And in international footy, he's now looking like he just feels like he belongs, and he's fucking playing good footy. So he gets my Sizzler.
Has he got a BeefEater?
Yeah, he definitely
he does from Super, but he's going to get himself a gold BeefEater.
Oh, is he? That's good. All right, Ben, have you got one?
Have I got to go Aussie?
No.
Anyone? Don't have to. No. Okay. Honourable mention though. Rob Valentini. Wow. Like he is no nonsense beast, and he proper gets the team going forward. Like he's impressed me hugely. But I'm going to go for Cheslin Colby. Broke our hearts the weekend. 2 like unbelievable right foot steps. He also did Jamie George in a phone box with left foot step. Like every time he gets it, mate, something happens. Like genuinely gets you excited. Someone worth watching. So. Sizzler, is that right?
Yeah,
Sizzler?
He's the Super Sizzler.
He's the Super Sizzler.
Have we sent him a BeefEater before? We must.
He's friend of the pod.
He's friend of the pod.
Oh, there's a good answer as well.
There you go, mate.
Friend of the pod. Swoop.
My boy Fass.
Yep.
Oh, I was going to go him. Fuck.
Will you?
Yeah.
It's all right. You got a bit of time. Keep going.
Plan
Why
B,
Swoop?
mate.
No,
Plan
you
B.
go. Yeah.
I just thought, I mean, obviously the setup was great on those tries and the line-out maul, but he had to do some work. And he's like growing in confidence. Set piece was solid. Gets around the park well.
Yeah.
He's hungry. I like him.
I reckon he would have had a good night last night too, Fess.
Yeah, I reckon that's
deserved
why
it.
Swoop likes him as well.
Yeah. Still haven't had a beer with him. Got to get him on the pod.
Yeah, you got it.
Fass.
Yes,
Right,
you
son,
have.
you're my boy.
And does he have a BeefEater, son?
I reckon I've sent him a couple, but let's send him another one.
Yeah, perfect. We'll send him one. All right, I'm going Lucan, Salakai Loto.
Yep.
Just jumping it. Just 2 were right at the death there, stealing lines.
He was good off the bench.
Yeah, very good.
So, he gets my BeefEater.
Do you reckon that's our... No, I don't know, but is this the first time that a finisher's got a BeefEater?
Maybe.
That's impressive.
I love that you called him a finisher.
Well, because that's what teams are now. You don't have your starters and reserves. Like, when you're thinking of a game, I reckon all coaches now, you're looking at how you want to start the game and how you want to finish. So he's a finisher.
Love it. Very good. That was Super Sizzler, thanks to BeefEater. There you go. BeefEater. Have you got a BeefEater?
No.
Okay, well.
We'll send him one.
Well, he needs to play a little better, doesn't he?
I got on the right, lads.
Yeah, that's it.
We are having a Christmas do in Orange for the KOKO Show. It's at the brand new pub called the Saltbush Australian Barbecue Pub. It's on the 11th of December on a Wednesday. The 4 of us will be there. I think we'll put on a bit of a show maybe some Q&A. We'll see how we go. There's only 200 people. The tickets will be announced soon, how you can get those. But yes, if you're in the Orange region, or what do we work out? How many hours away can they get to Orange?
14.
14 hours. Anywhere within 14 hours of Orange.
Down the road out there.
Yeah, down the road. It's all down the road, so make sure you please join us. And also, just a reminder, sorry, I did need to say this. Actually, I've got 2 more reminders. One, mate, I've got to do this. It pays
I know,
the
but
bills.
just you keep adding it on,
Make
mate.
it free, prof.
Have I got a
go
third?
for it.
Yeah, go
I
on.
do. Okay, our beers. So obviously, Easy Times Brewing Co. We do have a Christmas beer can coming out. You know, we've got beer cans with our faces on it. and people can drink out of Drew Mitchell, they can drink out of Matt Giddo.
They can
take a sip of swoop.
Yeah,
it's a bit weird to be honest, but
great idea. We've done the same thing. It's a great idea.
Have you done the same thing?
We've done the same thing. Yeah.
Very, very good.
What's
yes.
your beer like?
Fucking sensational.
Mother's milk.
It's good, mate. It's good.
Obviously didn't want to bring any for the boys, but that's all right.
It's on draft, mate. It's yeah. So it's in pubs. Yeah, it's good.
Nice.
The cans are. I know we're chatting about this other beer, but we better do our sponsor beer.
Sorry, I've totally sidetracked you. There. Sorry.
Yes, so they're available now. You can get the Christmas cans, but also take a photograph of you with the KOKO beer in the wild, and then tag KOKO and Easy Times Brewing Co. to win 10 slabs. Remember that one, boys?
Oh, yeah. Love it.
10 slabs. How long do you reckon it'll take you to get through that swoop?
I reckon it'll be gone by the time we get home.
And my last one, merch. See?
Hey.
This shirt here. Can somebody grab that down? This is a... Sorry, everybody. This is one of Swoop's favourite things to say. He loves to say...
I said it once.
He says it so often.
You said it once on camera. You say it all the time.
Oh, do I?
Yeah.
Bad day to be a schooner. So if you'd like to get our new shirt with Swoop's catchphrase that he says all the time on the back...
No, it's empty.
Go to our website, www.kickoffsandkickons. Finally, where can they find us, Swoop, if they're looking for us?
Everywhere. All the social media platforms.
Yep.
So we've got Instagram, X, OnlyFans, Facebook. Are we on
Twitter.
TikTok? Twits.
X. Oh, I know you said X. Sorry.
Said that. LinkedIn, email, Gmail, Outlook, Hotmail, all of it, right? www.kickoffsandkickons.com. There's no .au, mate, because we're global. You got it? You're right, Paul? Anyway, just basically, if you don't know what's going on, fat fingers, just Google Kickoffs and Kick-Ons or Holiday Swoop. You'll be fine. Click on the relative links. Like and subscribe. That's what we need.
Yeah, we got that. Ben, why don't you give your show a bit of a plug to the Aussie audience? Sorry, mate. Give your show a bit of a push to the Aussies that watch us.
Sure, yeah. If they can find themselves to forgive me for my comments. Myself and Dan Cole, who's still playing for England, run a podcast for the love of rugby. Mate, we're insightful, but a bit like you guys. Like, we talk about the games, we talk about our stories, experiences. We have fun with it. We have a laugh. It comes out Mondays and Thursdays. It's on YouTube. It's on Spotify. Pardon?
You do 2 a week.
2 a week, mate. Yeah, we don't. Yeah, we're busy, mate.
Double time.
We're busy. Yeah, double time. 3 now with you guys jumping on. So, yeah, it's great fun. We've really enjoyed it, mate. We've been going less than a year now, but try and be positive about the game and have a crack along the way.
You bring it out to the Lions next year. We should do a little.
I tell you what, it screams of it, doesn't it?
Oh,
screams of it.
That makes sense.
I think we're about to do that right now. I think you guys are jumping on.
Yeah, you are. Yeah,
so
tell you what, have we got a little bit of a intermission though? Like Guinness from last night, just playing up in the guts
Okay, yeah, we'll give you. How long do you need?
Oh, give me 5.
Very, very good. That was the show live from London. Kickoffs and kick-ons. We'll see you again soon. Thanks, Ben. Good man.
Cheers,
Thank
Pleasure.
you very much.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
Give us one.
Oh, wow. That is the best video on YouTube. You know what you need to do now? You need to like and subscribe down there. Or if you want extra content, might be down there, you need to go up here or up here and get more of that gear. Thanks for supporting Kickoffs and Kick-Ons, and we will see you very soon.